Fitzgerald and Okposo entered COVID protocol. And obviously, skating today for the first time coming out of it, COVID protocol, were cousins Jankowski and Gergensons. Miller skated a medical skate to get back into the swing of things this morning. He should be full integration in practice tomorrow. So Miller should be back. Full go practice tomorrow, and we'll gauge how he responds in practice, but would expect that to be positive too. And I think that would cover what went on this morning.
So you said a yellow, did that mean no contact?
Yeah, it did. It does mean no contact. So yellow means no contact. But I would expect him a full go tomorrow, like full contact. He could have not had a yellow on today. So I would expect him to be full tomorrow.
So you found out about Okposo after practice started, or?
Yep, pulled him off when we found out.
That's a little unusual. How big a concern is that?
Yeah, that's. I mean, everything's a concern right now, Paul. It's crazy times again, and it's happened in games in Major League Sports. So, I think everybody's trying to do their best to get information as fast as they can, and I think everybody's on overload, especially in that department with respect to testing and. But yes, it's all a concern.
I assume you think you turn a corner, you get your full lineup back, and then have that happen. Like you just said.
Yeah, there's no question this has been ridiculously challenging. The positives today are they're really, really good positives, is we have a lot of practice time to get people that. We have Ethan Prow here, we have Krebs here, we have Tuck here, that really haven't had a chance. They haven't had a chance to go through what we're doing systematically. Run through practices and just get settled. There's nothing been settled for them. So the positive is we have time to get some guys that opportunity to get settled in what we're doing, and we think that's going to be a huge help for us. Obviously, the goaltenders, even UPL, having him up here has been, been exceptional to have him up here and have this opportunity. So amidst all the chaos, there are some things that are, we've talked about the depth that we've had. We've talked about that in the future, but, when you watch a UPL and Krebs has done very well, it's very nice to see that. And amidst all this chaos, you're looking for guys to step up, and some guys are.
Yeah, for Krebs, is it better for these next 10 days to get to know you guys better than to play 4 or 5 games in a row?
I'm sorry, John. For Krebs.
Better to get to know you guys the next 10
Yeah.
days instead of playing 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, he's here, and it's exceptional that he's here for the reasons that you can work on things when he's here. And then to weigh that against, somewhere else, I don't even want to get into that. It's just take advantage of we have these roster spots available, we have these opportunities, and it's fun to work with talent. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's what I've done in my coaching career, and it's awesome to get guys that are hungry and talented, and he's done a very, very nice job.
Everybody talks about Krebs passing. Is there something you're seeing him that makes him a good passer?
He sees through layers. So yes, he's not consumed by the immediate. His scope is the rink. A lot of times, the scope of the puck carrier is the first threat. So if you're the defender, my scope would be on you because you're a threat to me. With Krebs, he has enough skill and presence that he looks beyond the first threat. It's almost like the quarterback type of mentality. He's got all these linemen running at him, ready to kill him, but he's got to look downfield. And Krebs does a nice job of looking past that coverage.
Can that be taught, or is that kind of a natural thing?
Oh, it can be. I think when you say it can be taught, the player really has to pick up and teach himself. You have to want it. You have to be hungry for it. So, as coaches, as fathers, as mentors in the hockey world, skill coaches, yes, you can bring these things to players' attention, change your scope, but they have to want to do it, and that's a big part of that, gaining that sense, that hockey sense, that awareness, just the determination to they want more, and Krebs has a determination. He wants more. He's much like the other young guys that we really like and we see, and Middlestead and Cousins and Thompson, they want more. They're hungry, and that's the intangible that's going to make these guys even better. That's the exciting part for us.
This is so unusual right now. You have 4 games in a stretch of 24 days, some of which you sat out because of COVID and the break and that, but do you have to take more, or are you going to take more of almost a training camp mentality of these practices? Because so much practice.
Yeah, we went longer today. So we went longer because of the schedule. So yes, we will do things differently because of the schedule. On the flip side, there's lots of things that you're in the middle of 3 and 4, and you're traveling, and you're just like, we have to have a short meeting today. We have to do this short. They can only handle so much, or you can only expect them to handle so much. And now that's changed. They don't have to worry about an opponent. So we're going to have to push them a little harder as coaches, and we can. They can afford to take in more information now, but different than training camp. It's going to be, it's all film from last game. It's film from the game before. It's film specifically to you and your skill set, which you don't do that as much in training camp because you don't have the repetitions against NHL competition. So, we have extra time. We'll use it, and we'll target things differently. And like I said, it's a silver lining in an NHL schedule. You don't get this often, and we'll take advantage of it.
Is Jacob Bryson still feeling okay? Is he just waiting to test out?
That, Paul, is something that we don't want to go into anything on any of these guys. So it's a tricky question because we're technically the COVID protocol is it. It's a health issue. We've been very fortunate in this regard. I will say that. It has been, I know my case, I can speak for myself, feel very fortunate because I entered COVID protocol. Nobody knows how I feel, what's going on. But as I mentioned to the group before, for me, I was very grateful that didn't have anything really. So lots and lots of guys are that way, and that's what's helping us get these guys back faster.
What do you see Ukko-Pekka's maybe comfort grow over the past, 4 weeks? I mean, you saw in the game, obviously, he was very confident, challenging the shooters with body language, but how else have you seen maybe his comfort grow?
Yeah, I think the players around him respond too. He feels valued by everybody, which is he always has been valued, but I think he's feeling that. I think he's when an injured guy, you can say he feels valued, but he also feels like he's on the outside because he's not in there. He can't do things for his team and his teammates to help them to feel good about himself. And Oopie's been great in the net. Obviously, he stood tall and he's welcomed shooters, and I think that being able to help your teammates makes you feel good about your game, and he's done just that. And he's a likable guy. The bench is excited for him. He's out there, and lots of little things that matter for goalies, and building those relationships is taking shots after practice and staying out there for guys that want to shoot even after you had a tough day or a game last night. And he does a lot of little things like that. He loves being part of a team, and I think that's really helped him in this case. Some great athletes don't, and that can complicate things behind the scenes and even their development and growth. And with him, he has those intangibles that are conducive to that.
Don, every time when we've asked about games where you've lost a lead, I'm still trying to see if there's any common thread to it. You are leading the league in games lost when you have a lead after the second period, but in the wake of Saturday again, do you have any more thoughts? It's not one overriding thing, is it? It's just different circumstances.
It seems, Mike, when we get in trouble, it's our challenge is management with the puck. When I go back through the game and I look at the chances that were given up, we had the puck on our stick, and didn't execute. So a little bit like an operator error. It's not a systematic breakdown. It's you had your two options and you fumbled the puck and turned it over, or you didn't make a clean play, and it's right back in and we're defending. So that's growth and that's development that needs to happen. That's a sign of youth, maybe taking showing its head at that time. You feel a little bit more pressure. It was the same play in the first period. You made it. Now for some reason you feel like the game's on the line and you're telegraphing that you're going to pass it there. So coverage is already you're sending a signal to cover this option. So I see a lot of that on the film, and we want our guys. That's why you say the term fearless, and we start to tighten up a little bit, and we then are a little bit more predictable at the subliminal level from the opponent. Like I said, we're telegraphing the pass option instead of backing off, the defender with just maybe even how you posture puck or how you look up ice. So there's some subtleties in there that are really developmental issues, and a lot of it is us. It's operator error on some of these things. So we just got to keep getting better. That's why I say it'll. I know a lot of it will clean up as we get better, more mature, more confident. So unfortunately, there's a bulk of it that's growth related.
So young players can grow out of that, what you're talking
No
about?
question. No question. If I'm screaming and yell at them, they're not going to grow out of it. They're going to maintain fear, and it's never going to get better. We have to push them hard and encourage them. I can tell you the meeting this morning was very direct and blunt to our team. And, if you want to play, this is the standard, and this is how you have to play. But supportive in the same respect. We're here to help you, but we're going to push you. And so yes, no question, players will grow out of that. It'll happen naturally. When I look at teams that we're playing against, you look at the top line of all these teams we're playing against and look at how long they've played for that organization. We have three really, just if I look at our centermen, Thompson, Middlestead, Cousins, and you can add Krebs in there. Those are four really good centermen in NHL. And you think 1 year from now or 3 months from now, I'm not even talking a year, 1 month from now, that group of young youth players can develop immensely in 10 games, in 15 games. You look at the top lines on other teams, are they going to get any better? They're going to be the same in 15 games. They're damn good, but they're going to be the same. And so our rate of growth, it's easy for me to see how good we're going to become day by day. So I don't want to be screaming and yelling at our guys so that growth, and again, they fear it and they play not to make a mistake. We need to play fearless. And, we talk about all the injuries. We haven't had those guys in the lineup together, so Tuck's played 3 games now. Middlestead's played. So we know we're going the right direction. We just got to keep fighting through this. And in the process, it's okay because these guys are getting better, going through those unfortunate situations. Again, if we scream and yell at them and threaten them and create a threatening environment, they're not going to get any better. But we're not. It's a growth environment, and I think they're growing.
As far as Miles and Justin still in protocol?
No, they're out. I apologize for not updating that. So both our video coaches are back. And one other staff member that went through it was a while back is back as well. So, and everybody's been, again, I say knock on wood, very good. We've gone through it. It's been about as positive as you could imagine something like this happening.
In their cases, could they still do their jobs while they're in isolation?
The video guys, we did, and that was part of me, trying to help the coaches, the 3 of us together through Zoom. In game in the coaches' room, we had Zoom, so in between periods we could collectively operate like we would. Who sees what? It's a collaboration. It has been since the start of the year, and we were able to still collaborate, obviously in a different manner, but there was still the entire staff was working. And Chris Young came up from Rochester, their video coach, who has a lot of NHL experience as well, and it was very smooth in that regard.
Thanks, Doc.
Yep. See you. Bye.